this close away from getting to the World Series. Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees. Unfortunately, the Yankees have been eliminated from the rest of postseason play. Eliminated by the Houston Astros after a dramatic 7-game series in which they took them to the American League Championship. They just came up a little short on the road. The really big news is that the Yankees have decided that they will not bring back Joe Girardi as Yankee manager. After 10 years at the helm, they're not going to re-sign him, which basically means they're firing the guy. So after coming this one game short of getting to the World Series, they figure some reason he's not a fit for this current roster. Maybe he's too uptight, can't relate to these young players. Makes no sense to me. We'll probably never know what really happened between Cashman and Girardi. I mean, word is that they did argue over some players, and this has kind of been going on for a while, or sort of a decline of their relationship. One of the players that came up was sort of Chris Carter's name. Cashman had his stats as always and figured, well, you got to play this guy more. But every time Girardi played him in big stuff, the guy would strike out. So I don't know what Cashman was thinking about. Or it could just be, you know what, after 10 years, it's been 10 years. Thank you very much, but we just want to try something new. Who knows? Now, at the beginning of the season, myself nor anyone else really thought much of this team. I wouldn't expect much from this team this year. I mean, it's all going to be about watching the young guys, the Gary Sanchez's, Luis Severino. Hopefully he bounced back. Maybe Aaron Judge goes crazy and whacks out a bunch of home runs. At best, you're looking at maybe a wild card contender, not even that. But, it's some young guys coming in there. It's a low pressure situation. So, what the hell, have fun with it. But he managed to get him, again, one game short of the World Series. Exceeded all expectations. And, of course, Cashman made some moves at the trade deadline to bolster up, bringing the Sonny Grays and the David Robinson and all that. But he did a magnificent job with this team. Almost got him to the World Series. Really should have been in the World Series. And then you just let him walk away like that, or you say he didn't do a good job, you can't relate to the roster. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And Girardi had to go through what I would call, wasted years, but 4 or 5 seasons where the team was good, but they weren't like a championship caliber team. A lot of it was like the core 4 guys breaking down. Posada hit only 200. Then you had CC with his knee trouble. He lost about 3 or 4 seasons. Jeter wasn't the same player. A-Rod just completely lost all his skills. And Girardi kind of managed through all that. And finally he gets this nice young roster of guys in the mid to low 20s that have a bright future, gets a little sniff of it, and the Yankees just yank it away. Sucks. But this is actually going around all of baseball. Even the Boston Red Sox are getting rid of their manager, John Farrell, for almost the same reasons. So now, if the Yankees did get to the World Series and, God forbid, even win it, would have they still fired Girardi? Would have been very interesting. But let's look at the Houston series. The Yankees really should have won it. They were up 3-2. They had all the momentum. And then they go to Houston, and I don't say they were scared, but they just throw on the back heels a little bit. This didn't seem like the same team they were there at home. And I don't think they were scared or under pressure. Man, this is a Yankee team that won the 1-game playoff here against Minnesota. They won a tough Game 5 on the road in Cleveland. So, again, I think they were able to do it just for some reason. Houston pitched a little better. Maybe they had a little more pep in their step those last 2 games. It is what it is. But really, the matchups came to Severino versus Verlander. Now, again, I'm not going to blame the whole thing on Severino, but you needed Severino to win one of those matchups. Even Tanaka, okay, he lost his first matchup against Keuchel, but he came back to beat him. We never got Severino coming back to beat Verlander, and for this team to win, you needed Severino to give a performance sort of like Mussina gave in 2001 against the Oakland A's. Down 2-0, he goes to Oakland, shutout baseball, 7 innings of all zeros. Or what Pettit did against Smoltz in the 96 World Series when he came back in Game 6 to face him, all zeros. You needed that from Severino. But unfortunately, he couldn't provide it. Again, I'm not going to blame him. He pitched great overall, had a great season, and is going to be good moving forward. But that's probably the reason why the Yankees ultimately lost to the Astros. But it was a great opportunity for the young guys, mainly Judge, Sanchez, Bird, get their feet wet in postseason play, and they didn't look phased at all. Now, you take someone like Don Mattingly, he almost had to wait 14 years for that chance. These guys, they're getting it right away, and that should only be great for the future. Kind of off topic here, but Mariano's keeping himself busy these days he's on like Trump's opioid committee. Very random. And now back to the Yankees. So not only does Cashman have to find a new manager on the menu, maybe David Cohn should be the manager. He's got to make some tough decisions on some Yankee free agents. Which players do you keep? Which ones do you let go? Do you go on the market to bring in some new talent? So one of the big names is going to be Todd Frazier. Came along in the Chicago White Sox deal and became a real clubhouse guy. Got some big hits in the playoffs, but he's a free agent, so what do you do? They're not going to resign him. First of all, he's going to command a lot of money. And you look at third base, it's a clog there. You still have Chase Headley for another year. At some point, they're going to want to bring up Gelbar Torres. And now that you have a healthy Bird at first, you're not really going to put Chase Headley at first. So it's almost really, there's no room for Todd Frazier, and he's going to command a lot of money. So thanks for everything. It stinks, but bye-bye. And unfortunately, that's probably a wrap on Matt Holliday's Yankees career. Gave the Yankees a good season, had a tremendous first half. Looked like he was going to put up some huge numbers, but unfortunately got hurt. He did come back, but he was just never the same. And without enough, at-bats in September, Girardi didn't use him at all in the playoffs. And it just doesn't seem like the Yankees would want to resign him. But overall, even at 38 years old, I'm sure, he still has a pop in the bat. He'll get another job somewhere, so good luck, Matt. Now, a major decision is going to be with CC Sabathia. That long contract he signed many, many years ago has finally run out. But I think they will bring him back, and they should have bring him back. First of all, there's no other lefties in the rotation other than Montgomery, but I'd rather have CC, the guy who's been there, done that before, and he's proven he belongs to be there. Gave the Yankees a great season. Yeah, he got hurt a little bit in the middle, but very reliable. 10-0 after losses, except the last game, but we'll let him go on that one. All right, you have to nursemaid him a lot. You have to use the bullpen a lot. But if you get a deal for like $3 or $4 million, I think he'll take it. Make it incentive-based. If he hits a number of certain innings, he can make more money. I think it'll work. I think he'll be back next season. The Tanaka one's going to be very interesting. Now, with his deal, he can opt out after the season. So the question is going to be, can he make more money if he does opt out and try to get a new contract? And if he does do that, will the Yankees bother re-signing him? I have a feeling they won't. Or is he just better off with his partially torn UCL to just stay in his current contract, and maybe he wouldn't make as much money on the open market? It's going to be very interesting what Tanaka does. I just have a feeling somehow he's going to stay. He loves being a Yankee. I know it's emotional, but a lot of these Japanese players that do come here, they just seem very loyal to the Yankees. And I just don't think he'll get a better deal if he opts out, again, because he is injury prone. Now, it was great to see him give 3 great postseason performances, even though he only won 2 of the games. Even the game he lost, the game won in Houston, he pitched great. It was good to see that. I just have a feeling we will see Tanaka back next season. But this was an excellent season for the 2017 New York Yankees. Took us on a great ride, deep into the playoffs. Nobody expected it, and really captured the city again. Well, that helps when both football teams are terrible. But you just got the old feeling of the old Yankee Stadium. In fact, a lot of announcers and players were saying that the crowd was just as loud in this stadium as the old one. So that's good, because it seems like maybe those people went away. But this team, everyone's got into them, they got excited about them, and it's just a great nucleus moving forward. But whoever the next Yankee manager is going to be, they're getting a Rolls Royce of a roster. It's going to be a great 2018. $50 for World Series parking? Maybe next year. Actually, I wouldn't pay $50.